Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 174 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of January 1st, 2022. Welcome to the new year, everybody. Is everybody feeling 22? I don't know about you.
Oh, yeah.
I've been feeling 22. I'm not ready to be 23.
Well, good, you've got a whole year. Well, not
But
really.
I'm not ready for 2022 either because I'm still trying to figure out what the heck happened in 2020, dude.
I mean, ain't we all?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
2021 was just long 2020, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, I am here with four lovely people. Of course, I'm your host, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. With me, I have an engineer, that'd be Nicholas Christensen, two firemen, TJ Scotia and Jared Cole.
I'm a candy
Yeah,
cane.
baby.
Or would you want me to change your name right now, TBA? What is
No.
what's your new last name?
We'll keep it cold for now.
Okay. We'll convert you to oil later. And
Nice.
and with us as our
Nice.
brakeman this week, we have my love, Gloria Morales.
Hi, everybody.
After
Oh.
guessing 2 on the question with no prior research. did it.
Understandable. Yeah, you did it.
Listen, if someone had just started counting up from 1, they would have
It would.
got it pretty quick.
It was-
Guess.
But that's not a valid strategy. I don't recommend you guys do that. And old Kurt's here to say the train will terminate at this station.
Welcome to Springfield, Mass.
Oh my god, I gotta add. Kill me.
We do be in the field of spring up in Mass.
Welcome to the worst city in, in Massachusetts.
Ooh.
That's alright, that's a
Massive-
little bit harsh.
Massachusetts.
The biggest city nobody cares about in Massachusetts.
Oof.
The Simpsons don't live here.
There
This
go.
is
No, they
yeah,
don't.
this
They're
is
no,
not-
no. Simpsons is based off of the other one.
Not
in the
that
wrong
Springfield.
The one that I've been to.
What? Oh god, I was just about to say there goes all the listeners from Springfield. Anyway,
Now my one.
Yahoo.
anyway, we have a handful of crashes this week, crashes and incidents. The mantle is changing hands. Did anybody expect that for the first of the year? Did anybody have that on their 2020 bingo card or
Welcome to
2022? Sorry.
2022, everybody.
Yeah. Anyway, this
Here
all
we go
started back
again.
on the 20th of December. A Union Pacific train derailed in Missouri. About 40 cars of a manifest train at a grade crossing. Hope nobody was trying to get through there. The following day, we had the pivotal Kansas City Southern derailment in Mississippi. 17 cars on the ground. Then there was a bit of a gap for a few days. 3 days later, CSX had their first accident of the period where there was a trainload of auto racks which caught fire with all brand new cars inside.
I think I saw a train coming.
That's a little rough.
Yep, there's a train coming. Here comes an Amtrak. Looks like.
2 days later,
Oh, it's the Lakeshore Limited.
I don't. Is
As the
it?
camera moves away from the train,
What else would it be?
I mean-
Oh, it could be the Northeast Regional offshoot, right?
Yeah, the Northeast
Why is
Regional
it camera just-
offshoot, or the what is it called? The Knowledge Corridor or whatever.
Oh, the Knowledge Corridor. That's what it is.
Yeah. Or Hartford Line, I believe. Also.
I guess we don't get
The
to watch
Hartford
it
line,
from
yeah.
the station, guys. Sorry.
Yep. Anyway, BNSF had a derailment on the
Yeah,
26th.
there it is, man.
UP had a derailment also on the 26th. Well, it wasn't a derailment. They had a car carrier in Fort Worth. 2 days later, we had 3 on the same day. So 1 from BNSF, 1 from CSX, and 1
Is that
from,
the Springfield scoot to New Haven?
one from Union Pacific.
Calls it a scoot.
the following day, there was a third from BNSF and a third from CSX. Oh, actually, the thing from CSX was a coal silo exploding.
What?
So, yeah, not exactly a derailment, but definitely something.
That's still very
That's
unsafe.
wild.
And then,
Oh, sorry, our silo exploded, bro.
yeah, finally on the first of the year, Canadian Pacific hit a car. That was the first derailment of the year, ladies and gentlemen. And we only know about it because somebody posted it in Terminus News, but the video they posted was a link to a bootleg clip from Virtual Railfan, and in the comments is a Virtual Railfan saying, "Please remove this video. You do not have permission to use this. Our duplication policy is clearly stated in descriptions." So anyway, we're currently using a Virtual Railfan camera.
This is fair use. This is fair use.
Okay.
Wait, Virtual Railfan left a comment?
Yeah, Virtual
Not on
Railfan
us.
left a comment. Not to us, to somebody else. Apparently they're more famous
wow.
than we are. So, you know,
Ugh.
don't feel bad, guys. Just nobody cares.
Wait, this cam isn't new. It's been streaming since October.
I didn't know about it. It's new to me.
Well, because Graham was like, "There's a Norwalk cam now," and I was like, "No."
Yeah, that's also... We've had the Norwalk cam for a minute. But anyway, you can find links to all those derailments and incidents and accidents in the cargoes, which is a document at the bottom of this, in the description of the podcast. So, anyway, let's move along to local service. I just wanted to very quickly first plug an article for the Providence Northern that appeared in the Providence Journal, because that's kind of cool. I was looking through to see if I was in any of these pictures, but I think they were taken on the Saturday, which I was not there. There's a bunch of quotes from JB in here, because apparently they interviewed him. Oh, and one from Ray as well. So yeah, I mean, it's great that we're getting some publicity. We're going to probably see a few more people in the club these next few weekends.
Nice.
Yeah, I hope you guys get some people.
Yeah.
Get some visitors.
So if you guys want to read a pretty neat article on our pretty neat model railroad, there you go. But I think the big ticket item for us in this episode is going to be our 2021 recap, as it were. You know, we're in a new year. It's the very beginning of a new year. There hasn't been any space to fill it with anything else. I haven't done anything train-related in the last couple days, or even really the last couple weeks. So, I mean...
He.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You do have a story. That's true. You did go on a little trip.
A couple stories.
Did you make it back okay? Are you alive?
Well, I'm right here, aren't I?
Well, you said you were going to go kill yourself for the podcast. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm here. And so last year, I guess, yeah, it was for Christmas. I went on a trip down to Southern Illinois to see my family, more specifically Mount Sterling. And it's west of Quincy.
Hold on, I'm looking it up. I'm pulling it up on a map because I have no idea.
It's near Quincy and down in that Quincy, Illinois, down in that area.
That is a small town.
It is a small town. It's like when I got off the train in Macomb, Illinois. It's pitch black. It's this like one street town. The stoplight is flashing yellow, and I'm like, where the fuck am I? Because I've been so used to big ass city for a year now.
Mm-hmm.
And I get off the train in the middle of jack shit nowhere.
You've entered the Twilight Zone.
it's like, whoa. Okay, but so it's 8:30 p.m. It's Christmas Eve. I was absolutely knackered at the end of the week, so as soon as I got on my Amtrak train, I kind of just fell asleep. 8:30 p.m., Christmas Eve on the Illinois Zephyr. Tell me why the lady behind me decides it's a perfect time to pick a new ringtone.
Oh my god.
I'm like passed out, and in front of this lady, maybe she did it because I was snoring or something. I don't know, but come on, like, I'm sleeping. Please. I had a really bad week, and I'm just trying to sleep. And it's ringtone time at 8:30 p.m. on Christmas Eve. I don't know. I felt like that was a little disrespectful to me.
Maybe she was setting an alarm.
Maybe. Could have been an alarm, but it wasn't the alarm selection on the
Someone
iPhone.
get an alarm, but not for me.
But not for me. And that trip was great and all.
Yeah.
But then I came back home, and the next day, Kevon's like, "Hey, I'm gonna be in town," and I'm like, "All right, bet I'll meet you at Union."
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So I rode the L down to downtown and met Kevon in Union Station. We got lunch, and then we hopped on Metro and went to Lombard Hobbies. Kevon was filming Metro pretty hard. He loved all the F40s.
Yes, good. F40s.
Going into OTC for the first time was pretty fantastic. All Metro F40s. I said OTC, but I'm not even going to attempt to say it. But that's like Metro's terminal downtown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then so we committed financial damage together.
Yeah, what did you buy?
I bought a Metro F40, blue paint, red roof by Kato, because Kato has a whole bunch of N-scale Metro equipment, and I've been wanting Metro N-scale equipment for a while, but it's like expensive to get it online. And I go in there to Lombard and I see this shit's like half the price of what it is online. So I'm just like, Kevon, this is proof that you're a bad influence, and I'm gonna get this.
It's proof that you're buying it out of spite. That's an old.
That's just the aura this man gives off. He makes you want to buy model trains just by being there.
Isn't that an old?
Listen to the position I was in. This man came in and dropped, I'm not going to disclose how much, but dropped money for 3 brand new Chargers. And it was either look like a douche and leave with nothing or get something.
Yeah, you would look so bad if you didn't buy anything. Thank God you've spent money.
Now you know how our DMs are.
Isn't that everyone's DMs with Kevon? It's just like him sending you stuff, sending you eBay links.
He doesn't send me any eBay links because he doesn't look at any scam.
True.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, that one occasion where he looks at ON30, he always sends me a link.
Yeah.
Kevon, we love you, and I had a great time.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed Chicago.
I haven't bought anything that he sent me, but I'm not a perfect person.
I bought
these
a
days.
few things. Not that he sent me, but just on my own accord.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, of course, I would figure.
2021 was the year of huge acquisitions for me in smallware orders. I went to a few train shows, a estate sale, purchased a layout at a train show.
Oh god, yeah, that's right.
It was pretty crazy.
You bought that layout. What was that? 3 weeks ago now. By the way, I wanna just throw this out there. Was this? Yeah, we had Kevon on the podcast. When was this? This was 2017. We had an episode entitled "Buying Q2s Out of Spite." So I just want to make the note that it is a recurring theme.
Yeah.
Just Kevon and spite purchases, spite buys. By the way, I think it's pronounced Augil. Never mind.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Milky.
That's what I thought it was.
Never mind.
Yeah, so it was just a big year, buying a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay, last thing, Milky, I promise.
Okay.
It is actually pronounced Ogilvy. But I just don't Ogilvy. But I don't ever feel like dealing with it, so I just say OTC in short, Ogilvy Transit Center.
I would just say Olive.
Over the counter.
I would just give up and call it Olive. I mean,
I just go OTC. It sounds cool. Anyways, Milky, go ahead.
But yeah, it's just been the year of shenanigans for Mall Railroad stuff. Now, on top of that, I've kind of taken a hobby to go out and explore abandoned stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
And
yes.
and that's been very fun to just kind of go out on and find these places that I find on Google Earth and just go to them and see what's up.
Mhm.
It's always fun.
Or
Yeah.
what they have or what
There's
condition
a,
it's
there's a
in.
tunnel in Massachusetts that I wanted to visit. There was a cool video on it. It's up by the reservoir.
Which one?
Um.
Wachusett? I've been there.
Oh, you've been to the tunnel?
Yeah, by the Clinton Dam.
Yes.
Yes, I've been there. My girlfriend and I's first date was there.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah,
Simp.
she took me there. That was her. That was her idea.
With grilled cheeses.
Yeah. There's a joke about tunnels in here somewhere.
No,
No, yep.
I don't. I can't find one.
No. Okay. Anyway, Milky, I think the visitation of abandoned stuff sort of came to a certain sort of pinnacle in July.
It was definitely one of the peaks. There were definitely a trend peak to it, but
Yeah. Aside from,
they were both similar in vein, as in there's stuff that you probably can't do anymore.
some of it anyway. I mean, we can
Uh,
definitely get back into the central warehouse. Not that we would have gone into the central
Yeah.
warehouse. We had a drone that went in for us, right?
Yes,
Right?
totally.
You didn't see us go into that building.
No,
Good.
No, I'm of
Don't
course
pet me.
referring to seeing the New
I
York
saw
Central
everything.
S Motors and the or S Motor and T Motor
Yeah.
in New York. That was a very cool opportunity. I'm glad that I had the opportunity to do it again before they get moved.
I saw everything from my SR-71 spy plane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then taking the road trip out to California was a great time. It was a great spur of the moment kind of trip. I still had a week of vacation time, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to California.
Fun.
Everyone in my household got COVID, and I'm like, I'm just leaving the state.
I'm out of here.
I'm out.
Yeah, but you went to a state where you have a better chance of getting COVID.
Not if all you do is hang out in someone else's backyard.
Yeah.
Not in
Yeah.
my backyard.
No, if you-
Especially if that someone else is no longer here.
Yeah. If unbeknownst to you,
Whip.
they're dead.
But that was still probably one of the greater experiences that I've had in my life. Going through Fred
Looking
Kepner's
inside.
backyard. Just to
Wait.
see what he had.
Did Fred pass? Is that why you went there?
That wasn't the main reason why I went there. No, I didn't even know that he had passed at that point. I heard the rumor that he did, but it wasn't confirmed at that time, so I didn't know. But I took the opportunity to go by and to see his collection as it is, or as it was. Because it's not going to be the same. With the 4 engines going off to the Oregon coast and all the other ones going wherever they may go. Whether that be someone else's backyard or a tourist railroad. So that was a great opportunity. And then, of course, going to California was fun. California State Railroad Museum was just a great
It's awesome.
time.
It's
Oh, it's
fucking
such a
awesome,
great
isn't it?
place.
It was fantastic. Getting in the cab of the cab forward was
It's fucking cool.
a
It's
cool
so
moment.
You went to my old home like as I leave. I'm like, damn.
Oh, it's a bit of gap in between, but
There was a bit of a gap.
Yeah, there was.
It's something that I had planned on doing anyway.
yeah, it's a shame how you two, when you were both the two West Coasters, didn't get to meet.
We
Right?
didn't get to meet until we never met as
Yeah.
we were on the best coast.
I mean, you still haven't.
So
I find it funny that I find it funny that you met Kevon before the rest of us.
yeah.
But that's what happens when you're in the center of the universe as far as rail travel goes in the
Yeah,
U.S.
pretty much.
But yeah, I know Operation Apollo was definitely the high point of my foamy year.
My high point was a certain picnic.
Oh yeah, of course. I hope we enjoyed it because they're never doing it again.
Yeah, according to the people who are running the trains, they're never doing
Yep.
it again. So,
Yeah, we'll see about that.
well, not that specific one, but yeah, that was definitely my foam point.
Absolutely. Although I wanted to go back to the electrics for just a minute because it was one of those things where when we decided we were going to do that again, it sort of crossed my mind like, well, this is neat, but maybe we are we spending our time wisely by doing this a second time? And now that they're going to get shipped off to Danbury, I'm really glad that we did it.
Yeah, I have no regrets both times that we did it, Willie.
I was a little
It was just
sussy the
really
first
wet.
time, but after I did it, you know what? Like it was pretty sick, and especially now, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I
Yeah.
got to see those.
Yeah.
I think the thing I'm most, I was like happiest that happened. The coolest thing that I remember happening in 2021 was when all of us went to the IRM on Taking the L.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was just an awesome moment. That was like a first Horseman gathering that I've been a part of, and it was pretty special to me.
Yeah.
It was also the first one that you've been a part of, right? Well, I guess Gemini, but you were sort of there for that.
Kinda, yeah.
So you got your big boy shirt.
My first foamy shirt.
Mm-hmm. Took
And
the trolley ride where we thought we were getting recognized, which was the weirdest thing, because we no at the IRM there was someone.
yeah,
Oh, jeez.
it was some dude on the trolley that Fruit was like sus about, but he seemed like a regular dude to me.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, I feel like I recognize your voice. I'm like, hey, you might because it's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, it's on. Have you ever heard of the Terminus? And he's like, no.
No.
Like, well, I said, look it up, and he's like, all right.
Look it up. Yeah, no. So he hadn't heard of us. He just happened to think that we sounded like somebody he had heard of, which was sort of a funny. If I had made the connection then, it would have been even funnier. But it's funny to look back on it and think about like, oh, that's the person that thought they recognized us and didn't, and then 2 months later at the Seashore Trolley Museum when someone actually did recognize us.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
What did they say?
Oh God, I can't.
Well, how did do you remember how it happened? How they were like, wait a minute, I know you guys.
Well, it happened because I was wondering if I could see a trolley that they had,
Mm-hmm.
which may or may not have been for sale at the time. But I'm gonna.
Do we know what
I'm gonna
happened to
keep
that?
It went to a museum in Southern California.
Yeah.
Their board determined that they were going to send it there or
Alright.
sell it there.
Is
I
this
said,
the same
okay,
museum with all the
and-
other ones?
Yes,
God damn it.
fucking cock. I shouldn't be saying that about this museum. They had they gave us some great hospitality while they were there, but goddamn you.
But yeah, you
I mean-
asked to see it. It ended. It very quickly turned into all of us getting a guided tour.
Yeah.
And
And then it turned into me trying to buy the damn thing.
yeah,
Very fast.
and we
And-
found our future van.
If only that manager was there, I probably would have brokered the deal right there and then.
There was an MBTA van that was like falling
Oh.
to pieces in the back lot of the Seashore Trolley Museum, and it was the
Dude.
coolest looking
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that was neat.
But yeah, and then we're all just like sitting down waiting for the trolley or whatever, and
Yeah.
someone, I don't remember, I mean, it was probably me, right, made reference to the Chronicles.
Yeah.
And the person who's giving the tour, he turns around and he goes, "That's where I know your voice from." And
Whoa,
yeah,
that's kind of sick.
yeah, that was pretty great.
Yeah, in Horseman Chronicles.
And I cycled through a couple of voices. All right, I think I cycled to Kurt. I was like, "You probably know this voice too, or whatever," because I had the hat with me.
You probably know this voice too, huh?
Yeah, and yeah, that was spectacular.
That's awesome.
They would talk like this. They would be like, "Oh, Leroy."
Yeah, there you go.
The NBTA, the ride.
That sounds like it would be a show.
So yeah, that was
That sounds like it'd be an awful ride. Until they make it free.
So, soon TM. The $10 weekend passes are nice.
Dude, those are the best invention. As soon as they made those permanent, I rejoiced. I am so happy that exists because, oh my god, those are a lifesaver. $10 to go as many places on the system as you want. Oh, it's awesome.
We had an article that was just hanging out for a while about the climate ticket in, I think, Austria. Actually, we might still have it. But, yeah, there it is. It was just like a 350 transport pass, which had unlimited rides over a certain period, and it was called the climate ticket. And I was like, oh, that's neat. And it's just sort of, it sat in our unclaimed news for the longest time because there's no, it's been overshadowed by so many other things. But just to get that out there, it's a neat thing to read about.
Yeah, there are a couple places in Europe that have just free commuter rail, like public transit rail, and it's just like, oh, I wish.
Yeah, I think Berlin has free transit.
I think Copenhagen might.
Socialist wasteland.
I know.
This is probably my favorite photo.
Socialism is when you don't have to pay for a ticket for the train.
That's literally what that means.
Yeah.
All right, here I'll show this this picture of your Mogul, and I'll attend to the dog who's outside. I'll be right back.
Yep, the Mogul meets Cheap 60. So
Mogul moves.
Old meets new. Yeah, that's also been pretty fun this year. Getting involved with the SP Mogul up in Woodburn, Oregon. That's been fun. Although we haven't worked on it yet, it's still fun to be involved and to know people that want to be involved with.
Dude, even people at Lombard Hobbies, were like, one of them saw that I was an N-scaler, and so he was telling me about N-scale clubs around the city. I'm like,
oh, that's cool.
Like, for real? And then, as Kevon and I are, going to leave, I think his name was Andrew, but he's co-owners with he co-owns the building with one of his buddies. Man gave us a ride back to the metro station because we had to walk, half a mile. I mean, it was a long walk.
Yeah.
But, so he kindly gave us a ride back to the station, presumably because we had just spent collectively about $1,200 in there together.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, but I wanted to say thank you for that, and thank you for your wonderful service, Lombard Hobbies.
God, he smells.
He talked to me about the podcast, so he may or may not hear this. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I was talking about Lombard Hobbies again, and how they helped Kevon and I out, and we were just chit-chatting. He mentioned the podcast because he was like, well, Kevon and I were talking about it, and he was talking about podcasts. And I said, we should get him on the podcast. He's like, which one? I said, the Terminus. He's like, oh, I've heard of that one.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Doubt.
Yeah. No.
The Roundhouse podcast? I love that one.
No! As an aside, since it's mentioned, I will throw out that the episode of the Roundhouse podcast with Tyler on it just came out. So that's in the cargo if anybody wants to.
It's a crossover. You know what? It's our first crossover.
I mean,
technically,
yeah, I suppose.
Another trolley museum that I would like to shout out for their hospitality this year, Western Railway Museum. Y'all went above and beyond when I was there, and thank you for allowing me to operate on your railroad. It was very fun.
That's good.
And their railroad, for those that don't know, is on the original Sacramento Northern. So
Oh,
it's
one,
an
one
authentic railroad.
one trolley museum I revisited was the one. Remember, I forget what trip that was, where we were
Follow.
in. What?
Or Gemini. Gemini, right?
Yeah, yeah. Did you
Where
say
we went to.
RO?
No.
Oh,
The oh god, yeah, what
that random as shit one.
yeah, what was it? What was it called?
I think
I don't know.
I think it was the Shoreline one.
Hold on.
No, it
No,
wasn't
no,
the
no.
Shoreline
It
Trolley
was
Museum. It was in like the middle of
Or
Western Mass.
maybe
it was God, he stinks.
I got photos
Stinky
of it,
from
but
being outside. It
It was tiny.
in
yeah, it was the
it was
small
on route
museum.
to Shelburne Falls. That's what it was.
Yes,
Shelburne
it was the
Falls,
Shelburne
yeah.
Falls Trolley Museum. Yes, I went by there again
Yeah.
in 2021 on my way to North Adams on a weekend trip. We just happened to pass by it.
Mm-hmm. Did it? Was there anything going on there, or did you just
No.
go by to say hi? Yeah.
No, I just was like, oh, there it is. And then that was it.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Yeah. It says it's temporarily closed, so. Oh well. I remember. I think I went by there to see if I tried to catch a train there. When I was chasing with Gloria along Route 2, which not going to be able to do that for much longer. Well, at least not at night because of the merger. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Speaking of things we need to get to talking about, that was smooth. We're at time here. Is anybody have anything else they want to cover of this year in Foamy Review, or just anything that they've done in the past few weeks?
No.
I got to ride a CTA Christmas train when it was out and about. That was pretty sweet.
Nice.
Which was cool because this 2021 was the first time you'd been able to ride it in 2 years because of COVID. They weren't letting people on. But this year was the first year that they were like, yeah, come ride it. And so I got to ride it for the first time as a Chicagoan, and I cried a little bit because it was just really cool.
It is cool. Gloria is too timid to actually speak up, so she's like whispering things to me that she has done in the past year. You wanna share with the class?
I got my first conductor's hat and I started my pin
Nice.
collection.
Yeah,
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
she started the obligatory pinhead, which
Yep.
I remember the first time we were at the SRNRL museum, taking out an embarrassing TJ with.
Yes, I was in my teenage, I don't want to be seen with anybody doing anything not normal phase.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm just that's where the age gap, I guess, really shines. I'm just basically the equivalent to being an embarrassing parent.
at that point, yes, you were.
We also got my sister addicted to Thomas the Tank Engine.
I actually had a whole thing about how it's like totally normal and fine for a kid to like Thomas the Tank Engine, and then if 5 years go by and they're part of a model railroad club, that's when it's weird. It's like
Yeah, I know, right?
Yep.
Every kid likes Thomas the Tank Engine if you sit them down in front of it. But this was on the most recent Order Construction, which was also like a Iron Horseman Chronicles spoiler cast, and doing a little Q&A and stuff. Which there's probably going to be more of that in the future, but I can talk about that more towards the end of the show. It's time for
Locomotive versus.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so Milky, you are going to be representing one of the contestants here. If you want to grab a picture of that. Oh, I
Yep.
didn't get to grab these. I didn't get to show the audience
Or-
these.
Fortunately for me, I got some good samples out there.
Yeah, that's good. And on this is a restaurant in Shelburne Falls just called Baked.
Nice.
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 I just clicked over to the map.
Quite well.
So here it is.
Baked.
And it's next to a Royal. Let's
Just
fucking go. Yeah.
This is
There's a crossover between the two. They're Canadian.
the CP. What is this?
K1A.
K1A.
Yeah, K1A.
And on the other hand, we have the Queen of Steam.
The Queen of Steam.
That would be the NW J class, because Gloria, being the guest, got to pick the locomotive versus for this episode, as is customarily asked of the guests.
Customary.
And 611 is one of the only engines she knows, so it was going to be this one. It was going to be one of these. So, would you like to learn how to play, or
I'll watch.
you'll watch?
I'll
Okay.
watch.
Okay.
Then give me 611.
Are you going to do 611
Oh, boy.
TBA? Okay, cool. I don't
Here
keep
we go.
Reprising his role as the NW boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every time. Hold on. I
We're
gotta go.
bringing sexy back. TBA is the NW former. Me as the CP Steam guy.
Also,
Let's fucking go.
I just want to say, I don't think I mentioned it in the time. The mantle of responsibility is now on Canadian National. I was just cleaning that up. That's where we're at now.
Okay.
All right, so who's
Hold
going to
on.
go first? I think.
Can we flip a
611.
Sure. Let's flip a coin. Which one is heads? Which one is tails, baby?
Well, first of all, I'm getting a picture. We've all seen 611, but here's a picture anyways.
Which one's heads? Which one's tails?
This is a small picture. There's a better
CP
picture.
can be heads and
This can be heads. Okay.
611 can be tails.
Okay. Flipping a coin. It's tails. All right. 611 gets the first go.
I'm not actually ready. I don't have the case
Ooh.
for the-
All right, hold on. I'll swap out your picture there.
Look at that bullet.
Ooh, engineering design and specifications.
Sure. Call it a
Don't
bullet.
mind if I do.
It looks like a bullet.
That's definitely one of the things that it looks like.
What do you think it looks like?
This is a family-friendly podcast.
Exactly.
Uh,
So get your mind out of the gutter, sir. Please and thank you. Our son is. A
It's
I don't
it's.
know how to work. I don't know how to work steamlocomotive.com.
Oh,
Oof.
God.
J class.
Hold on. You can
Alright.
just. It's hyperlinked. You can just click on it at the table.
I
Oh
got
my
it.
God.
Look, we're here, okay? So you said I had the ball?
Yes, you have the ball.
When were you built?
I kind of figured this one would pop up. 1928,
Ooh.
43.
because I am a
43.
grandpa.
All right, that's 1 point for 611 for being a lot newer. All right, keep going.
Let's see here. What is your driver wheelbase?
Driver wheelbase. Mine is 19.75.
18.75.
Okay, for being a little bit shorter. 611 gets
Wait,
the
are
second
those
point.
guys NW?
611's like, I wish I was a little bit taller.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What about your weight on drivers?
Wait, on drivers, 423,000 pounds.
288,000 pounds.
Oh my God, seriously? There's that much of a difference?
Yes. Dude, yeah.
That's incredible. I thought the CP thing was going to be way smaller.
Dude, the
Yeah.
CP thing looks fucking gigantic. Are you kidding?
I mean, yeah, but it's like 20 years.
It looks huge.
They're both huge. The CP thing looks 20 years old, or is 20 years older. I thought it was going to be like a smaller Northern.
He looks 20 years old.
No, this one I'm afraid to ask though.
Oh boy.
Yo, is this train like just gonna chill here for?
Yeah, this train's been sitting for a while.
I'm going to be honest. I checked the Amtracker just to see what train this was, and it's nothing. So I think it just ends here.
It's
done.
just waiting there.
Yeah. It might be
Loki,
here all
what's your
night.
tracking record?
My tractor effort is 60,798.
Weak.
Uh-oh.
That
77,899.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
No,
Oh
this
my
is
god! Oh my
Oh
god!
my god! Oh my god!
question? What's that?
Tractive effort?
Yes.
It's just a measure of pulling power.
It's basically, think of torque, but for trains.
Yeah, how much, just raw numbers, how much can you pull? How hard can you pull?
Oh, so she's
Which,
drunk.
which for tractive
She's
effort, this
Exactly.
is. It has 77,899 pounds of tractive effort, which that's a lot.
That's a lot, and I'm getting ever more concerned for the CP engine here because we've gone around the horn on like all the different categories, and it hasn't won anything.
Wait a minute. Steam locomotives doesn't include one of my stats. Steve! Steve!
That's
He didn't include my damn booster.
Oh,
Okay.
This one,
By the way, I'll write a nice email after this.
I'm missing axle loading. Which
I was about to say you probably
unfortunately-
shouldn't be saying what you're missing, but since it's not a royale, it doesn't really matter.
No.
Ooh.
All right. Anyway, TBA, you've got 4 points.
Milky, what's your minimum weight of rail?
My minimum weight of whale is 104.
Damn. Okay, I'm 120.
I was gonna say if the K1 somehow also has a higher minimum weight of rail than this massive chonker of a black thing,
I was gonna.
it's a spatial anomaly. It's just designed to lose.
I was gonna say like if I win weight of rail and I win, that means I win weight stats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're already that much lighter. All right, Milky, you have the ball. It's 1 to 4. Tread lightly.
Okay, what is your tender water capacity?
Oh.
22,000 gallons.
Goddamn, I thought you had a smaller tender.
Negative.
Okay, 14,400.
611's
Damn.
tender is gigantic, man. It's
I
hefty.
know, but I thought the water capacity was smaller.
Uh,
Wait, what about your? We can do this one. What about your fuel capacity?
ooh.
According to Steam Locomotives, 18.50, but according to CP stats, 20.
Okay.
So
Well, it
this-
doesn't matter either way because I got 26 tons.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Damn.
Just sit down, dude.
You go to 10.
No, what happens is you go back and forth until there's a total of 20 points on the field, and then whoever is in charge at that point has the option to take it to style points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Milky, what's your power L1?
My power L1 is 50,504.
Oof. 41,982.
What?
Ooh.
You did all that and you lose power L1?
Yeah, I don't understand.
What the heck?
I thought I had more power.
I don't know what this is.
The power computations make no sense to me. Don't ask me what they mean, because I don't know what they mean.
Okay.
I have a very minimal idea of what they mean, but
There
Yeah,
might be 3 people on the planet Earth that understand the power computations, and Tyler is one of them.
and the other two are Steve Lee and
And Wes
Jared.
Barris, the people who created this.
I was gonna say Steve Laro.
Not
I mean, he might get it, but
it's Steve Lanso.
What?
the former head of the UP Steam program is not involved
Yeah,
with this
Steve Lee.
website.
I don't know. I just said Steve Lee just because it's a random name that I know.
The actual creators of the Loco Base, Steve Lee and Ed Dickens.
Yeah.
Steam gods over here.
Okay. Anyway,
Wait, what are we at for points?
It's 2 to 6. Milky's got the ball.
So that's 8. Oh god, this is gonna be a long Pokemon versus.
Keep cracking jokes. It is. Where's my time?
firebox area.
Okay, I wasn't serious. Firebox area. Okay.
Coming right up. 578 square.
I thought I could eyeball it enough, and I thought I was bigger. 422.
All right. Well, and the ball's back to TBA.
Okay, great area.
93.50.
107.70.
Oh my god. It's a massacre.
Evaporative heating surface.
Bathroom heating surface 4931.
5271.
Oh my god. Okay, it's 2-9.
What about your combined heating surface?
Mind heating surface 7043.
Ooh! 7448.
Oh.
But
Alright.
I didn't ask that. We're just
Alright.
gonna keep going.
Yep.
2-10.
What about? I'm afraid to do this one now. Since I lost this one, I might not win this one. Actually, wait a sec. No, we're not doing cylinders, bro.
Look at these two. Holy cow. Yeah, maybe I
We're
would.
not doing cylinders, buddy. I'm sorry.
Look at those cylinders.
Overall wheelbase. I want your
Overall wheelbase 87.02.
Oof, I'm 95.40.
I was gonna say, I don't know. Your tender's so much bigger. I don't think you're winning that one.
Yeah.
All right, Milky's shorter. Milky gets the ball.
Chode.
I wouldn't call this a chode. This is a really long engine. You're just longer.
What's your tender audit weight?
Oh,
Damn. 378,600 pounds.
Oh wait, mine is 293,000 pounds.
that was a lot closer than I expected, but you've definitely figured it out.
Yep.
Go ahead. Well, I know you gotta think. You've gotta.
I'm thinking about this very carefully.
Well, there was clearly one he was afraid of. Where is this engine?
What's your superheating surface?
No. 2177.
2112.
Oh my god.
Got you by that much?
Okay, that was a bet.
That was a difference of about 50. But
I got him by that much.
the Class J takes it.
What about your This will be a shot in the dark. What's your firebox area?
My firebox area is. Wait, we already did that.
Did you guys do that?
I don't think so.
I thought
Yeah, we did.
yeah, you guys definitely did that.
Yeah, I do recall that one.
Yeah, you can do great area, but you didn't do that one.
Well, no, we did great area
We did?
too.
Okay,
Yeah,
Did- Oh, my fault.
it's 11-4. You should have plenty. I'm just gonna look at your stat sheets really quick to see if you're missing it.
What's your factor of adhesion?
Oh,
This is the one that
4.11.
4.11.
3. Yeah.
Ooh.
Because I got 3.70.
Ooh.
Oof.
Yeah, 4.11 is a lot better. Milky gets that point.
What, you want to be close to 4.0, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's best to be close to 4.0.
4.11 is way better than 3.70.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to recall. Trying. You know what? What's your local base ID?
Local base ID.
This one's a gamble, but it's one that might pay off.
What is it?
I know, that's why I'm wondering.
What is it? You
Wait, did I miss the question? I'm sorry.
yeah, he said local base ID.
Oh, my fault. 271.
244.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
There it is. It's now 6-11. Could this be a sign?
It is, but it's not in my favor.
Yeah, I know.
And knowing how style points now are, it still isn't in my favor. Okay.
Style points for locomotive versus have not changed. It's still just chaos.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. I do enjoy a bit of pain.
We do a little trolling.
Did we already do boiler presser? I feel like we did.
I don't think you did,
We have
no.
not.
Why not?
I was trying to not ask this one because 611 doesn't have a lot of boiler pressure.
Really?
I don't know. It depends. But
Well-
yeah, I'll go for it.
Alright, well, I've got 275 since you asked me.
God damn it, 275.
Oh my god, a tie! And now it's back to
Tie?
6-11. It was an omen. It was.
God damn it, now I have to come up with another question.
You have so many things to choose from.
Yeah. You have many
You're
more
killing
lanes
it.
than I do. Yeah.
What are your tubes?
Boobs.
My
Oops.
tubes.
Series of
My-
tubes.
My tubes are 59 and 2.25 diameter.
Okay.
Really? I've got 63 at 2.25.
Okay,
Damn it.
6-11 takes it.
What about your flues?
Or flues. 203 at 3.5 diameter.
227 at 3.5 inches.
Okay.
So that means there's 227 flues
Yep.
in the boiler? Like,
Yep.
wait, where
Yeah.
are the flues?
On the inside of.
Those are the long...
Those are the bigger tubes.
Yeah.
Huh. Huh. Can I get a picture of the inside of a boiler now? After locomotive versus?
Yeah,
I
we
need to
can.
see the...
I wish
sure-
Tyler was here to explain things.
I'm sure that you could find one of 6-11 during one of the 3 builds.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? You guys carry on. I'm gonna do a little research. Or TJ, do you want to do that because I have to keep score?
Yeah, what am I looking for?
A picture of the inside, like 6-11 in the middle of a rebuild, or just something that shows flues and tubes.
I see.
Okay. Whose turn is it? All right, it's TBA's turn.
Yep.
What about...
Can I send it now or no?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
toss it in the chat now.
What are we at now? Can we go to style points yet?
Not yet. You're 1 point short of going to style points. It's 13-6.
Piss. Valve gear.
Wall search.
Baker.
Yeah, I knew that one.
All right, there you go.
Nice.
Baker is the superior valve gear. It's 14-6. Do you want to go to style points now?
Yeah, I do want to go to style points.
Okay. You got any for me?
Streamlining. I'm still
You are
in service.
streamlined.
I'm
Okay.
still in service.
That would count as a search and career, but that still counts. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any search over? That sounds like a no.
Mogul mentioned that Canadian Pacific did a survey on one of me, but no. Although I do have elephant ears in
You
the
do
feed water heater.
Yeah, that's elephant ears is good. I think does TBA not have a feed water heater?
I mean, I might, but I don't have a cool hat.
You're right. You don't have a cool hat, but
I have a
Is that-
unibrow instead. I have cool marker lights. I also have a coupler that goes inside.
you do have a folding coupler.
Yeah.
You do have cool marker lights.
What else do I have?
Trying to find the other end of mine. Because I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, I don't. Yep.
Why did I think? Sorry, it's 4449 that had stars on its wheels, right?
Yes.
I thought 611 had stars on the wheels at one point.
I
They
didn't.
have.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, no, they didn't. It's 4449.
How many of you survived?
Oh, one for TBA.
One.
2 for me.
Oh,
And you want to know how many were built? 2.
okay. So that's 2
That's-
points.
Yep.
1 point for having more surviving, and the other point for having 100% of your class survive. They really only
Yeah.
had 2 of these.
They really only did. They weren't as popular as the Royals or even the regular Hudsons.
Huh.
Plus, by that point, they had the Selkirks, too.
I guess.
So he just wanted to experiment. So they built these in their own shop. Which is why I didn't ask Builder, because I knew we were both home built, and it could be a debate on
Yeah. No, that's
W and CP, because they both built quality. No denying that, but
yeah. We need to page somebody who knows
Yeah.
more about builders. All right.
Mine would-
What else?
mine was featured in a documentary about it being built. Yeah,
You guys definitely both have media points.
yeah.
I'm sorry, but 611 is way too famous.
Anyway, there's mine from 1928.
And then I gotta pee really bad. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I snagged a picture for him when he gets back of a tube sheet that also shows flue holes.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly, it's like I appreciate the like TJ sent a picture, but I can't point out anything in that picture. So I went and found a picture of the tube sheet for 5550, which I can definitely point out the holes for flues, which are the big ones. Also, this is upside down. I have it upside down.
And we probably got retired at about the same time.
This is for the new build T1.
Because 6-7 was retired in around 59, and I was as well.
Yeah, which means you get a point for having a longer service life. By a pretty substantial margin.
I mean, both of these engines ran for quite a while.
Yeah, but if you were retired in the same year and
I'll double check that.
You're 20 years older, you definitely have a longer service life.
Yeah, service life, definitely. I'm not sure what date I was retired, because Steve was retired October 27th of 59. And the best record that I can find, it says near the end of its working life, August 1959. But I know CP held on to Steam for quite a bit, so I don't...
Yeah, but so did the N&W.
Yeah.
So this is what this for Gloria, who doesn't yet know the majesty of the pure RT1. This is. Can I get like a big photo? God, why do I get a little thumbnail sized photo? This is the
Can I find naming?
Pennsylvania Railroad T1. They're trying to build a new one because they were all scrapped.
Why does it look like that? Why does it look like that?
Because just like 611, it's streamlined. So they put cladding on it to make it look sleek. It also wasn't really blue. It was this is a more accurate color.
But not like that.
Yeah, that's just the way they designed it. It was made by it was designed by Raymond Loewy, or the styling of it was designed by Raymond Loewy, who also made a lot of automobiles and some other famous trains and stuff like that.
It looks like a giant bee, just being running down the track.
I don't know if we done this, and I know this is kind of dumb, but multi-fuel point?
Were you multi-fuel?
Yes, I was oil.
Really?
at the end of my life. Really, it was.
Okay, yeah, you can get a point for that.
Yeah. CP, why couldn't you have restored me?
They're working on building a new one.
Cool. Are they gonna make it just like that one with the bump?
More or less. That was one of the
Oh, style point
that was
for
one of the
booster?
prototypes. The later ones had less of a bump. Let's see those. A little bit.
Fuck, I've been muted. I'm back. For
Oh, okay.
one.
Welcome back.
For two, I'm like, I have a trains model.
Oh yeah, definitely take a, or I'll give you a
I-
point for that.
I have tender decking.
You have tender decking.
Yeah.
Do you actually?
I wish. Wait, do I have a doghouse too? No, not this. Not this tender.
No, not that tender. You're not the A's or the Y. Yeah, the only other lane I can think of for me is the booster. I think I'm still playing Mary Engine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can take your booster point. Let me give you that
Oh yeah,
point.
I'll
But
give
it's
you a
it's-
booster.
it's 12 to 19.
Booster.
Yeah, no.
I think it's pretty decided.
It's my victory. NW.
Hell yeah.
I finally got a win with NW.
Did you really never get a win with NW before?
I'm sure I have, but it's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
Well, congrats.
Good
Well
job,
played.
Sarah. Yeah, well played, Milky. GG's.
Alright. So 12 to 19, and let's see. Who do I put my vote on? I don't even know. Do you have a preference? A vote preference? Either of these two engines? But you gotta pick one. So
Okay. I'm gonna go with 611 because
Obvious reason.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thought you could buy one.
shut
Yeah,
up.
Okay. TJ.
I'm gonna have to go with 611 just because I've been on next to it and rid behind it.
Yeah, that's fair, and I would probably do the same thing, but I'm gonna give a pity point to the Canadian Pacific here. I actually don't really necessarily love the look of 611. I feel like it's overhyped, so
Oh no, I agree.
I don't think it's an undeserved point for the Canadian Pacific engineer. That's
As
it.
much as I love NW, 611 is overhyped.
Yeah.
I still need to see it, but like, I mean, I don't get like the foamer like.
In the CP Northern is definitely underrated compared to some of their other stuff.
Well, I'd like to see the
It's a
CP
bit more
Northern
obscure.
against something more its speed.
Like a more conventional 20s or 30s Northern.
Yeah.
Maybe like up against 4 Aces or whatever, or SPNet 700 might be a decent one.
Yeah, 700 would be nice to see. But I would throw them in here, but I don't know which one to pick. We only have one empty spot, but we do have an empty spot, so if anybody in the comments has a locomotive versus idea that they want to see,
What?
they can say that. Anyway, on to discussion topics. We're actually doing really good for time.
It's good.
I wanted... Oh, you know what? I've got to sift through all this and find the other articles for you, Milky, because I think there's got to be more than one. More than one EBT
There
thing.
probably is.
Let me, Oh yeah, there's at least one. So, here, have this.
Cool.
But... I mean, we can hype that as much as we want. It's definitely worthy of it. But I think I have to get the big thing out of the way. Oh, you know what? This article also goes with it. Which is that CPKCS is coming. It's pretty much decided. The sale is complete. Yeah. At least that's what KCS says. So, $31 billion, CP President and CEO Keith Creel says it's a historic day for both companies. CPKC will become the backbone connecting our customers to new markets, enhancing competition in the U.S., and driving economic growth across North America. The thing that I want to know is, okay, so the company's await approval from the STB, allowing CP's control of KCS railroads. So it's not official, but the companies are saying it is. They entered a voting trust. Like, they're there, basically. As long as the STB says so. And I'm pretty sure we would know if it wasn't going to go that way. And then maybe there are going to be some parallels to SPSF, but as long as nobody starts painting up their locomotives, I'm sure we'll be okay. Seriously, though, the STB ruling should be done by the end of this year. First of all, that's a really long time. Second of all, thank goodness, because it gives us all time to see KCS before it's gone.
Yeah.
So.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there are people that are unhappy about this.
Why, of course.
Of course. UP sent they are urging regulators to reject the merger application. They say it's incomplete. It doesn't include possible impacts on Metra and Amtrak in the Chicago area. First of all,
ironic for UP. Because in the past, they've had issues with this.
Where's the several weeks of articles?
They didn't do. They didn't foresee the meltdown that happened after they acquired SP.
I was going to say
that was a multi-year meltdown, and now they're giving CP the same crap.
Hey, there's a train with a yellow light. It's got a yellow light on the tracks down there.
Well, hopefully we'll get to see it come through. I just want to say, the other thing is, this is super, hypocritical for Union Pacific, because they're currently in the process of trying to get out of their Metra deal.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, literally. I've ridden on the Metro UP lines, the past few weeks, and sure, occasionally they check my ticket. But the last few times I've had to go walk the train to find a conductor to show them my ticket.
Oh my god.
At that point, I wouldn't buy one.
Yeah, right.
Just see.
I mean, when they don't do it I only activate my ticket when I see the conductor on the MBTA.
That's what I've started doing, because I'm like.
Because then if they don't come around, then I just have a free ticket.
Right. I'm like, I want to support you guys, but if you're not gonna check, I'm not gonna use my ticket.
I always just activated my ticket automatically. Then again, it was reimbursed to the company when I had to commute, so it wasn't any sweat off my back.
No.
It was just like it's one less thing to worry about, and also, yeah, I'm gonna give MBTA money, or my company's money anyway. But
I mean, I paid for my ticket at one point, but I just didn't use it at that.
UP said CP took shortcuts in its rush to file application. As a result, UP says CP and KCS improperly left 360,000 carloads out of their market analysis. The application is also thin on data covering the cross-border traffic through Laredo, Texas, as well as the impact of traffic changes on Amtrak and Metro service in the Chicago area and freight service on shared trackage in St. Paul, Minneapolis, and Houston. They say the operating plan is superficial. God damn, they're dunking on this, though.
Yeah.
Canadian Pacific FireSpac says that its 4,342-page merger application is complete, and that the UP is just trying to delay the injection of new competition.
Yep. Yep. Sounds like UP. Yep.
CPKC will divert more traffic from UP than any other railroad, according to the application. Basically, screw you, UP.
No, screw UP, because I saw an article about UP not collecting tickets, and they're like, oh yeah, it's our plan to quote unquote bleed Metra dry. I'm like, I kind of so please don't do that.
Yeah, this has been the saga, the Metra saga with UP.
Yeah.
UP just being like,
fuck you.
well,
No.
we don't want to do this anymore, and Metro's saying, well, but you have to do it, and UP saying, then we're just going to do it so bad you kick us out. Like, it's like
We're just gonna do it so bad.
I mean, the best way to get out of washing the dishes is to drop and break a dish, right? So, the application is not incomplete just because it is. Oh, I love this CP reply. Quote, the application is not incomplete just because it does not present the operational data in the exact form and scope advocated by UP. Basically, you're just mad because we don't tell you all the things you want to hear. UP claims to want an explanation for how CPKC expects to win these moves. As the application explains, however, single-line routes often garner significant shares, notwithstanding route mileage advantages. Blah blah blah. Basically, UP wants to know how you're gonna, how you're gonna deal with all these car loads you're gonna take from us, and since you don't say how you're gonna do that, you clearly don't know how to do it.
You don't show your entire poker hand at once.
Yeah, exactly.
UP.
Yeah, UP just wants the data so that it can come back with something else. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
UP
pretty much.
is a dumpster fire anyway. Screw UP.
Yeah.
I like how they're really just in this race to the bottom with NS. Like, how bad can we get it?
know that something just popped into my head that I think you didn't talk about.
What's that?
During the Class 1 manual responsibility, BNSF put 40 cars on the ground, remember?
Yeah.
Did you talk about that?
Yeah, that was, I think, BNSF's first one.
Right, okay. I'm just spacing out,
Okay.
dude.
That's okay. I really just went over that really quick because I just wanted to get the Class 1 manual out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh, my tarantula's out.
Oh.
Not out, but, like, around.
Oh, he's walking around.
Just
There-
taking a stroll.
There's one other group that's upset about this merger, and that would be Iowa cities, apparently. The council in Davenport asks for a Surface Transportation Board visit and wants railroad to cover all costs to mitigate projected growth. Basically, they expect to be running about 3 times as many trains through Davenport as they do now. And Davenport's saying, this is going to have a disastrous impact on the community, and we want you to cover all of the costs from that increase. And cities are concerned about the projected increase from 822, blah. The traffic will use a single track that is adjacent to critical regional infrastructure and heavily utilized public event spaces. Bruh. Come on. This substantial increase in traffic. Oh my god. More frequent maintenance requirements, an increase in train switching, and increased likelihood of accidental derailment. I mean, that's what happens when there's a railroad there. It's the railroad's right to use their railroad however they want to. I mean, I get it. You might be annoyed by the more trains, but that's totally, like, CPKCS, once again, out here, like, I missed the part where that's my problem. Like, nice. You feel better now?
Yeah. Feel like I just lost like 5 pounds.
5 pounds of gas.
Oh yeah, that was a big bubble in my stomach. All right, continue.
Now you can keep eating.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to the fridge right now.
The letter from Davenport's mayor and council asked that they cover all the costs associated with necessary improvements to mitigate the impacts.
Hey,
A Canadian Pacific spokesman said the railroad, quote, will work hard to be a good neighbor and has met with officials in the 2 cities and will continue discussions. See,
I hear Bell on the camera.
that's what I like to hear, at least. At least we're getting this, and CPKC, or, these 2 roads that will become CPKC, are like, you know what, we hear you. We get that you're going to be annoyed by the more trains. We'll see what we can do about it. As opposed to the preferred method, which is putting up 2 middle fingers and walking out of the room. Like, sorry. Sorry, we're running trains. Suck a dick.
Ellis, what's the train on the cam?
That's Hartford line.
Oh.
Nice.
That is Connecticut DOT masquerading as New Haven. Oh, and they've got their newly painted up Hartford line locomotive on the front of it. That's cool. That's nice. We like that.
That's cool.
Yeah. Our group
I
of
wonder
Chicago
if this
suburbs
is
banner
just,
together.
if this Amtrak train is just the one that's like, all right, everybody, get on and let's go to work.
Mm-hmm.
It might be the morning train, right?
Yeah, they might be there until tomorrow. Honestly, they might just be sitting there. The thing that, actually, the Lakeshore Limited, I think, was on time today when I checked this. So, they are, yeah, they're long gone. Like, they would have gone through during the show or just before. Anyway, yeah, so that's CPKC. We should be going out to Texas or somewhere over the course of this coming year to say our goodbyes to Kansas City Southern before they're all gone. Because
I've already seen Kansas City Southern Power on CP trains and shit.
yeah, that's actually pretty typical. I think I've seen KCS Power once. It might have been in Selkirk or something. Then again,
I have a
everything's-
video of one.
I don't-
It's already happening.
someone's gone.
Someone
TJ died.
died.
TJ
He
said,
said,
"I don't."
and
Yeah,
Brutal.
I don't have a plug for this. He was saying, and then his phone died.
Okay, so looking at this boiler, tubes are the big ones, flues are the smaller ones, or sorry, vice versa.
Vice versa. Yeah, flues are the big ones.
small, flues are big.
Yes.
Cool.
That's the T1's thing.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, I was like, the picture TJ posted was very cool and is actually of 611, but I was like, I know I can find a picture of the tube sheet on 5550, which is very, very easy to look at because it's.
Oh, I thought you actually needed to see 611's boiler. That's why I picked one. I was like,
Well, no,
I can't really see the flues, but
I wanted to see if there was a picture of 611 under rebuild where you can see the tube sheet, but it's a little more difficult because 611 is a whole engine and 5550 is a bunch of pieces right now.
Not for long.
Yeah, I mean they're putting the boiler and firebox together. It's kind of insane.
I
But that's
can't wait for that to. It's crazy to see over the years that locomotive just slowly come together.
yeah.
I know. It's honestly really exciting. It's nice to see that there is consistent progress.
I just really hope that when the day comes and they finally get it together and they run it for the first time, I just hope it doesn't fall apart on them.
Yeah, I hope nothing breaks, and I hope they get it out.
I think something is probably going to break because it's a steam engine.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's true. It's probably going to look like
They're gonna have to work out kinks, right?
the first time
Yeah.
they
Oh,
run
of
it.
course.
It's probably going to look like 4014 when that was running out of Ogden, and it's like
Yeah.
it's just leaking everywhere. It isn't
Yeah.
worked up at all yet.
It's
It's-
just leaking.
No, seriously though.
It was.
When the seals haven't quite set yet and like nothing's sort of settled into
Seven?
place, steam engines are a lot leakier than usual, than average.
Yeah,
Uh,
BNSR number 7.
yeah.
I remember when that was leaky as hell as well.
You'd think
Yeah.
a locomotive that's freshly come out of the shop is going to be like, oh, perfect and
Perfect,
pristine
right?
and like,
But no,
you know,
it's not.
clean
No.
or whatever. No, it's a mess. It's worse.
You gotta because you have to break it in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You gotta work out the kinks. You gotta make the adjustments and tune it up, and you gotta dial her in, baby. You gotta dial her in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's going to be exciting. Gloria, the thing that you need to know about the T1 Trust and their project is that the British have an illegitimate speed record with a dumb-looking locomotive called the Mallard, who names a locomotive after a duck.
The British.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
See,
And
now
they
that's
got a speed record, allegedly. It was like on a downhill or whatever.
Allegedly.
And they've had that forever, and American locomotives can go way faster. They just didn't have speedometers a lot of the time, and they didn't care to write it down. So the T1 apparently went like 140 miles an hour. So they're rebuilding this thing so that they can destroy the British speed record rightfully.
So you're saying
yeah.
the United States is being petty?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
When are we
But
not?
the British deserve it.
Hey, there is another train coming on the cam. Look at the headlights.
Ooh,
What?
On the building
You
right
gotta do your
here.
eyebrows.
get away from my eyebrows.
I have to do them.
This is not an eyebrow podcast.
It's the
But I-
train podcast.
And sometimes the building podcast. Anyway, yeah, so T1 Trust. The T1 is not the only big locomotive that's getting worked on right now, obviously.
Yeah.
And the T1
CSX?
has a bunch of...
Is that CSX?
Yeah.
Pan Am. That looks like Pan Am.
Is that Pan Am?
Mm,
No, that's CSX. It has a
That's
yellow
CSX.
stripe at the bottom.
I was going to say, it almost looks like Providence Northern, I'm going to be honest. It was behind the thing, it looked like Providence Northern.
well,
Just
there
the way
was
the
the
shadows
train-
were.
yeah, there
Look
was-
at that
it.
sad little
That's
local.
it.
Short trains you can model.
I
Yeah,
love
right?
this.
Literally.
There it goes. It's going back to Springfield Yard. Oh, TJ, if you are coming to the Big E, which I don't understand based on the conversation yesterday, if you don't want to come, but if you are coming, we need to go and wave to this camera.
Other trains come in. Check it out, guys. This game's got some action.
Yeah, it's pretty busy over here.
Why the
Turn the camera. There's another train coming.
Why is it come on. I think it's on audio. Just
This
switching
camera
back.
always looks away. I swear to God, it's looked away from every train. Anyway,
Oh, they're advertising the Big E. It's sponsored by ARS.
yes, it is.
Oh, cool.
The Amherst Model Railway people.
Oh,
I was trying to say that the T1, on top of wanting to go to the Pueblo test track and destroy the speed record, has a couple of open invitations to come to different places. One of them is the Strasbourg Railroad, which that would be a sight to see.
Is one of them Chicago?
No, it's
Terminus?
3.
I mean, the Troy at Wocket was a thing, so it could happen.
God, I would
but-
love to go on one of those.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, it's Strasbourg, the Cuyahoga
another-
Valley, and
IRA?
Steamtown all have open invitations to the T1 Trust to
Oh.
operate.
Dude, if it goes to Steamtown, you better bet your ass
Oh.
you'll see me out there.
Oh hell yeah, I'll be there too. Hey, what are you doing? Stop licking the floor.
He's a weirdo.
But yeah, it's just going to be interesting seeing the T1 try to get into Strasbourg. That as if 611 wasn't bad enough, but it's
But-
going to be
but you
even
know
more
what-
of a sight to see if
Yeah.
some other engines get to some other places. TJ,
Yes.
27.
Sorry, I'm cooking some food out here. Hold on.
Okay.
Food.
Damn it! I was really trying to softball that one to you, and I
Yeah,
drew it out
I
way
got
too long anyway.
I got hungry. Drew it out so long I got hungry. Kentucky Steam has another lofty goal. Going to the Rare Museum of New England with
This is
2716.
That
It's
is
called-
a really interesting move.
Yeah, it's called the Railroad Museum of New England. I swear to God, it might as well be New England's Forgotten Railroad Museum.
Yeah.
I feel like the Newport dinner train gets more publicity than the New England Railroad Museum. Or the Railroad
Well,
Museum.
they're trying to change that by bringing Steam there
Yeah,
when it's done.
this is gonna be such a nightmare.
Yeah.
This is like 611 at Strasbourg is a mess, but at least they've got some tough rail. I don't know how the maintenance is out there on the Railroad Museum of New England, and if it's not great, they better get on that because
Yeah.
2716 is not a small engine. It's a really big Berkshire.
Yeah.
And that said, this is the perfect storm of things. I'm not going to say that this was a bad decision on the face of it. I mean, it might be. But Railroad Museum of New England, 2716. Two things I really did not care that much about. Now they're going to be together. I care a
Now
lot.
I care immensely
Yeah,
about both
I
of them.
care a
Yes.
lot. I cannot wait to see this thing, A, run at Railroad Museum of New England, and B, get to the Railroad Museum of New England. Because to get there, they're going to have to go, like... They're going to have to go around. They're going to have to go up over the Selkirk Hurdle, which means Steam at Selkirk, or going by Selkirk, and
Yeah.
going through either the State Line Tunnel or the Hoosick Tunnel, one of the two.
Steam in Fitchburg.
I'm not sure it'll go that far, but
No, I don't think it would need to, would it?
no. So it depends on what they're going to do. Either way, they're going to have to come up to Selkirk to cross the Hudson. Assuming they're going to do it on CSX because they seem to be pretty buddy-buddy with CSX. They're going to cross the Hudson there.
They do seem to be.
Go through State Line Tunnel, probably as far as Springfield, if I had to hazard a guess, and then go down the Hartford line to New Britain, Connecticut, and then over whatever railroad that is there to Waterbury, and then up to Torrington, where...
Thomaston.
Sorry, Torrington is the end of the line.
I know there's some YouTubers that I watch that are in Torrington, Connecticut, right?
Possibly, probably.
Well, is it Torrington, Connecticut?
That is a place.
Like, they do a whole bunch of car stuff there.
Oh, is it Rice or Miata?
No, it's Life OD.
Oh, okay, because maybe they work in the same shop, but yeah, there's a bunch of car channels out of like that area of Connecticut.
That's
Rice or Miata, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Either way, no matter how this thing gets in, so that's one of the options. The other option would go to Pittsfield and then go down the Housatonic, which sounds like bad news for the Housatonic, and then through Danbury and then over and up. It wouldn't be an easy thing to do by any stretch of the imagination. Basically, no matter what, it's going to be a tough time getting there. But
Yeah.
absolutely something to see. I would gladly chase that thing from Selkirk if I knew it was coming.
Yeah, no, it's not that guy, TJ.
Yeah, so
Very cool.
I
Not
sorta-
what I saw coming. It wasn't on my bingo card for
no,
2716.
not at all. I mean, Big
No,
Steam in
I
New
would
England-
never suspect it going to New England.
The last time we had Big Steam in New England was probably 3713.
Yeah.
Or, whenever... Last time we had Big Steam in New England would be when Steamtown moved out.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be exciting. I'm glad to have it back. It's fun that it's going to Connecticut, even though it's Connecticut, unfortunately. But,
Yep.
At least...
Not
it'll
Rhode
have-
Island.
Yeah, not Rhode Island. They bring it to Newport.
I don't know. If you pay Kentucky Steam enough, they could do it. But
Yeah.
I guess.
They need to rent a barge.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to throw this out there, just because it's related. So we didn't cover how the electrics are getting to their new home in Danbury. I want to read this out for everyone. I want this to sink in. So, these guys that are sitting here in the weeds along the Hudson River, this is how they're going to get out. They are going to dismantle them on site, because they obviously can't get them out by rail, and they don't even know if the wheels will turn. They're going to dismantle them on site, truck them over to, let's see. God, this article is so long. Truck them over to, I think, the shop in the Albany Port Railroad. And then...
Yeah, I think that's what they said. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I remember that.
Is that where we were?
Yes, this is where we were. These are the engines that we checked out. Okay. God, I'm trying to find it. It's in here somewhere. How do the engines get here? What's the plan? Removal to build. Why must they move? I can't find the section that I read. This article is so hefty. And it's got tons of great pictures, I'll say that much.
Yeah. It is.
Nobody's T-posing on top of them, which isn't something that would happen, obviously.
No.
Yeah, who would do that?
Yeah.
Who would do something?
The actual... Okay. The locomotives will have to be disassembled, craned out, and moved by truck to a place where they are reassembled on rails. They cannot go by rail or truck. It has to be half and half. They can't be dragged on the rails because nobody knows if the wheel will turn. They can't go completely by rail because the locomotives put on a flat car will be too tall to make it through a bridge in Pittsfield. And the Danbury Museum is in the center of town, and the only access with something that large is on rails. No trailers over 40 feet can make it through the downtown. So, they will truck. Yeah, they're going to disassemble the locomotives, truck them to the port of Albany, where they can be checked to make sure the axles are structurally sound, and because they have a train pit and stuff. Then move it by truck to the Berkshire Scenic Museum in Lenox, Massachusetts, reassemble them there, and then they'll travel 100 miles down the Housatonic Railroad to Danbury on rails.
I'm gonna travel to my kitchen.
Okay.
Okay.
Railroad owner, inventor, and enthusiast, blah, 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 blah. So, Henry Posner III has offered an unsecured loan to the museum to move the locomotives, and he expects us to pay him back what we can. So,
Yeah,
this
which
guy's...
is that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Henry Posner is involved with a number of different things.
Oh, really? I don't think I've heard of him before today.
He's on the board of members for the EBT.
Oh, okay.
Which is a nice tie-in to our EBT.
Oh God, this is.
I
want this to be the foam Hilum of 2022. Let's make this happen.
It's fantastic. As of October 2021, they made it back to Colgate Grove, meaning that the entire tourist that reports in the EBT is back. Wow.
That was fast.
Yeah. That was fast. From a group of private investors and a nonprofit saying it about 2 years ago that we're going to buy the EBT and restore it.
Well, I think it sounded like we're going to buy the EBT and restore it.
Yeah. We're going to buy the EBT, restore it.
Like TJ said before the show,
night.
This is 100% just a ploy to get 20 back.
It 100% is. I'm calling it.
We know that that 20 is Len Modinger's favorite steam locomotive, and this was his way to get some 3-foot.
Yeah, he wanted the 3-foot.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, they look forward to a steam-filled 2022, which, at the rate that they're going, I have no doubt.
Honestly,
They're doing
it's
it.
insane. It's completely insane.
It really is. I would have never, like I said before the podcast, when we visited the dead EBT in whatever year that was,
2017. Yeah.
like and people were telling us that it was going to be. We were like, "Oh, we're going to go visit the EBT." They're like, "Oh, that dead place." Like people were like, people never thought that they were going to get the EBT back, and then here we are. They're operating.
Yep, they're operating. They're about to have a steam engine.
They're about to expand their railroad beyond what it was in the tourist area.
Right?
With the grants and whatnot that they've gotten. Particularly this $1.1 million grant. Which,
I was about to say.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Where did that come from? Who awarded that grant?
State of Pennsylvania, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God, Pennsylvania's just a bunch of foamers.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah. I mean, do we have a... No, we don't have an article about... we don't have a new article about 1361, the state locomotive of Pennsylvania. We talked about that last episode. But how many states have a state locomotive? God damn.
I think we might.
Is it 4449?
It probably is.
Yeah, okay, that would make sense. That's an excuse. Hey, the train is leaving, the one that was just sitting there.
Hey. There goes that train. There goes the train.
The whole thing, I mean, it just, the more you think about it, the more it makes sense that Joe Biden's from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Oh, he's from Delaware.
No, didn't he live in Delaware forever? I'm pretty sure he's from Scranton.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
He's from Scranton. He moved to Delaware. That's right.
Yeah.
By the way,
Something like that.
it's the second grant of EBT Giant, so that's very cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's really exciting.
Yeah, that's wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome, yeah.
Hella wicked awesome.
How long is the EBT now? Like, how many miles is it between... actually, what do they just operate between...
There goes the Amtrak train.
They operate between Walk Hill Furnace and Colgate Grove, I think.
Okay.
Because the track north of Walk Hill Furnace is out of service right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't have a reason to connect with CS.
I don't know.
So
So they don't.
Wait. Train I just left is still not on the tracker.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be going away.
It may just be a equipment move or something.
Yep, you need to clear the platform.
But it,
Yeah.
weird that it pulled into the station and it was just like, nah, never mind, I'm leaving again.
Also, get off the tracker.
Well, it probably pulled in to get rid of people. And then...
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was probably terminating at that station.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I don't know what you were doing. Which article?
The Betty White article.
Oh, okay. Spoilers.
And I'm talking about this guy.
Just sitting me. Okay.
You're talking about this guy. Who's this guy? Tell me about this guy.
Actually,
Even
Yeah.
better.
I want pictures of this guy.
This guy.
Here, you want a picture of the guy? Here, I'll put a picture in the Terminus
who has two
podcast.
thumbs and held up the
Yeah.
sky? This guy.
This guy.
This guy. Who is this guy?
Stephen Gardner?
The furniture capital of the world?
No, the
name's
Amtrak
Bill
president
Vick.
of the world.
That's the old guy.
Or sorry.
Yeah, so Amtrak got a new president.
Will become CEO. Yeah, in January. Amtrak got a new president, which is neat.
It's neat, but it's not good.
Why?
So, the other article goes into some fairly significant depth on this because, so think about what we've been grousing about for the last 5-6 years about Amtrak. They've been trying to do this corridor focus, get rid of long distance trains if at all possible, try to get like city pairs that they can make money out of, and that's it, right? And over the course of the last 6 years or so, they have brought in, they've sort of set up a board and stuff that emphasized that whole plan. And now, finally, there has been this legislation which, these are the changes. The board of directors composition is to include 2 members each 2 members each from states representing the Northeast Corridor, state-supported service, and long-distance trains. They'll be nominated by the U.S. President and confirmed by the Senate, but must be actively engaged with passenger rail and communities it serves, not political appointees who only have a limited knowledge of Amtrak's product and needs of the traveling public and disabled community. So basically, we need to have trained people and community people on this board of directors. That's point number 1. Point number 2, maximizing the benefits to rural areas with federal investment across the entire network rather than focusing on minimizing costs as a primary corporate goal. Current management argues Northeast Corridor trains have been at least operationally self-sufficient. Meanwhile, allocations of company-wide and route costs to long-distance trains have justified cuts to capacity and amenities for those services. Basically, this current management has been cutting long-distance trains. We don't want to do that.
No.
A requirement,
Yeah, it sounds like he's starting to treat Amtrak as if it's not a business.
Yeah.
Which is pretty sick. He's
Radical
treating
thought.
it as he seems to be treating a government service as if it's a public good, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so this is the wording in the funding bill, the funding plan. The third point is a requirement to revise. This is the biggest foamy point there is. A requirement to revise cost allocation methodology in conjunction with the state Amtrak Intercity Passenger Rail Committee to be more transparent. Oh, sorry, this isn't it. I think there's one more. The methodology, which was also used to calculate long-distance train expenses, has been a constant complaint of state operating authorities. The other thing is that the recent legislation's directive have expanded calls for Amtrak to re-examine tri-weekly and discontinued routes, as well as onboard service in response to constituent complaints. As part because lawmakers continue to be unsatisfied with management's current approach. So these were basically the notes from the legislation to the board of Amtrak that's been there over the last few years and has been prioritizing not this.
Not this.
Yeah, and the response to this sort of has been, okay, so we're replacing the board, but as the board is going out, they appoint this guy as the new CEO.
As you would in politics, yeah.
Yeah. So we don't know. We don't know what kind of animal Gardner is going to be. He was appointed by the old board, who, prioritizing corridor services and such, the things that we don't like.
Treated it like an airline.
Yeah, and we don't know how beholden he's going to be to them versus how beholden he's going to be to the new board. I don't know how long a term is for an Amtrak CEO. But I mean, at least
They have that?
I don't know. I don't know how quickly the board could get rid of him if they didn't like him. The question.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, that's true. I wonder. Maybe it's like a contractual thing.
Yeah, Gardner's knowledge can provide continuity regardless of who is nominated to the new board. The question is whether the new board will actively exert oversight on management to ensure it fulfills the intent of legislation, which the current board has declined to do. Nomination and confirmation of that new board shows no sign of moving swiftly, because it has to be confirmed by Congress. So
Let's
Gardner,
pass Build Back Better first.
yeah, Gardner is likely to have some time to show how he intends to comply with the spirit of the law. Basically, he's going to be on his own for a bit, and we have to see how he treats Amtrak in that time. So, sometimes, ushering in new management, sometimes it's always sort of like a little bit of a, we'll see how this goes.
I guess that's kind of a good thing, though.
Yeah.
Because then, if he doesn't do what the legislation kind of wanted him to do, then they could once the board has some power, they could go in and be like, "Yo, you did not do what we were supposed to do. Like, you need to," and then they could be more forceful on him. They could try to get public pressure against him, stuff like that. I don't know. I think that might be a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah, I hope that they have those kind of tools if he's not doing the foamy stuff. Basically, I hope they're going to pack the court, so to speak. They're going to pack the board with foamers.
People just who believe that America should have good rail, like nationwide rail. I feel like you don't have to be a foamer to want that.
No,
if you've done enough research on rail, you would know that it's a good mode of transportation.
I mean, if you've just gone to Europe once.
Yeah.
As a great man once said, train good, car bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
But in seriousness, I'm not holding my breath on this guy, but I am curious to see where his loyalties lie, so to speak. What is he going to do? And maybe we'll get a new Amtrak board in before the sun burns out.
Nah.
I don't know why they have to be confirmed by Congress. That just seems like a recipe for never getting a new board.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, I understand, but yeah, you're right.
It's 10 degrees here right now. 10 degrees.
It is?
In Springfield? No.
And for me.
I was going to
What's the weather in
say.
Springfield? It'd be cooler if it was snowing. It would be nice if it didn't turn into blizzard conditions on the way home, though. That'd be cool. Once upon a time. Apparently there's some fighting going on in the chat.
Oh no.
Achilles is dunking on 611, but 611 dunked on who is it? On the Canadian Pacific. Anyway, I just wanted to see if there was anything else I could tie in there. Gloria also has a discussion topic because, as happens sometimes, the
pop culture makes its way into the podcast.
Yeah, pop culture makes its way into the Terminus news, and I'm obligated to put all the news articles in here. And I asked Gloria,
foamers enjoy TV once in a while too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, there's a lot of boomers.
Exactly,
in
that's
the community. True.
I clicked the wrong chat.
Oh, okay. I thought that was Achilles joining to say things about 611. I was like, oh no, it's about to go down.
It's about to Kiri.
But anyway, Gloria, do you wanna take it away?
Sure. So, On the last day of 2021, Miss Betty White herself, at 99 years old, tragically passed away. Uh, of
Who's
natural
next? The Queen?
causes.
Yeah,
Probably the
Don't
Queen.
say that. Don't say that.
Well, when we were in Connecticut for the Polar Express, we saw the article about the Queen's like on her deathbed.
Yeah, they're basically Weekend at Bernieing the Queen until she turns 100, I think, or whatever. Until she, I don't know. I feel like,
She's not on her rocker anymore.
But
I mean, like, couldn't
Should
they
be
have taken the
laughing.
Queen before they took Betty? Come on.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, lizard people who run the world.
Yeah, I mean, the corporate overlords really are
Yeah.
Listen, maybe it's
Really
good.
unmerciful.
Maybe it's better this way. Maybe it's better that that isn't the thing that rang in 2022. You know, imagine if
Well,
she
it
had,
did.
2 weeks away from her 100th birthday.
Yeah, I think I saw a picture of a Time magazine that had got
Oh, I
printed
saw the article.
that said Betty White turned 100, and it was like in a supermarket.
I saw that at our store. And I pointed out to my manager, and she's like, "Oh,
That's
well,
it's like the whatever Dewey defeats
yeah,
the Dewey defeats Truman." Yeah,
Dewey defeats Truman, if I've ever seen one.
yeah.
yeah. That's you gotta wonder how many of those kind of things there are out there. I know this is an aside now, but I'm thinking about all the articles and things that got printed.
I mean, think about because they have to make a version for like if the opposite person wins the election, no matter what. You know
Yeah,
what I
just
mean?
so you can have those things out there on
Exactly,
November
just so it's
3rd.
ready.
Uh,
So I mean, there are probably millions and millions of wrong Time magazine covers that we just will never see.
yeah. Instead, they end up on tabloids in the supermarket.
Yeah.
Is there any like how I know she died of natural causes?
Yeah,
Is it just like
But ever since the pandemic started, TMZ has reported that Betty White has barely left her house.
well, I mean, ain't we all?
Well, yeah, I
mean,
would if I was
Granted,
90.
yes.
What?
Granted,
People leave
yes.
their houses?
But the TMZ article reads, a trailblazer and pioneer in the media, Betty had the longest running career for any woman in TV prior to her death, starring in multiple shows over the past 8 decades, starting way back in 1939.
Crazy.
How long until they bring her back as CGI on something, or like bring her back as a hologram like Tupac?
Golden Girls movie.
Betty White, actually, some people might not know this, but Betty White had her own show back in '54.
The 50s, yeah.
And it was called The Betty White Show. And there was a tweet that was put out and said, in 1954, Betty White was criticized after having Arthur Duncan, a black tap dancer, on her show. White said, "I'm sorry, live with it," and she gave Duncan even more airtime. Her show was canceled soon after.
Yeah,
And
she also
Betty-
fought in like the volunteer corps of the army at some point, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like the women's volunteer corps. Like
I
she
think
was
so.
like,
Or
And then
Or
Betty White
whatever.
also tweeted on that picture, said, "What can I say? I'm one badass bitch."
Well, that's badass. Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I just
Can you not eat my phone?
yeah.
Can you not try?
I remember watching. I remember watching Off Their
Yeah.
Rockers.
Yeah.
Aw. Now I understand the reference because I didn't know that before.
Betty White was great in the movie The Proposal as the crazy grandma.
Oh, okay. So I have seen Betty White in something at least.
She was also, I think she was the aunt in the Lorax.
But was she in any train movies?
No.
I don't think so,
No.
baby.
I saw the singular train in the background of Ghostbusters Afterlife. I just
He literally was like, "Did you see the train?" I was like, "No, I didn't see the train."
because I would have expected it to be the other way around. I would have expected you to be like, "Hey, look, there was a train." Just like
I
you know.
was paying attention
That-
to
that-
them chasing the ghost.
That kind of reminds me of when I saw the Volvo in one of the scenes in American Pie. I'm like, no.
Or Aunt May in the newer Spider-Man movies drives a 240.
Nice.
And I remember watching Homecoming for the first time and seeing that and going, because it was many years after Homecoming had come out.
She was in that 70s show.
Oh, she was?
She was.
As what?
I have no idea, but it says with 115 acting credits to her name, Betty had roles in productions like Life with Elizabeth, Date with Angels, The Love Boat, Mama's Family, The Golden Place, Ladies Man, That 70s Show, Higglytown Heroes, Boston Legal, The Bold and Beautiful, Pound Puppies, Hot in Cleveland, and many, many other shows and films.
Yeah.
Well, she's got quite a list there. I wonder if it was in season 1. We can go find the DVD that we gave to my dad.
Well, you already gave it to me.
Well, yeah, no, I'm saying like we could go and watch the episode with Betty White. Because I would assume she was like a guest star. You know?
Pretty sure she
Just
was
showed
a
up in
guest
the last
star.
5 minutes like Dan Aykroyd in The Nanny. I forgot what the heck I was saying.
She also won 5 Primetime Emmy Awards, including 2 for The Mary Tyler Moore Show, 1 Golden Girls, and 1 for her 1975 Saturday Night Live appearance. She was a great woman, and she will truly be missed.
Absolutely. Now, can we get her as a voice on the Alexa?
Yeah, right.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Where's Siri?
You'd have to pay for it though.
Yeah, well, how dare they?
So,
Hey, where does the money
Pay-
go at
pay
that
for
point?
Pay for a dead woman's voice? I mean, come on.
I'm trying to
Like
find
we
a
have
good
AI
article to throw in.
nowadays,
Is like,
like
we've got an extra 10 minutes. Does anybody have anything else in here that they want to bring up? There's this
No.
this poor little porter that makes me
Oh,
sad
look at
because
it.
it's already listed as sold for scrap on SteamLocomotive.com.
F.
It's a 240 Porter. It started life as an 040T.
What?
Yeah. So at some point it grew a pair of leading wheels and a tender.
Yep.
So, it was
It's a bus. It's a train. It's a dual mode vehicle.
it was a viscose engine. It's a
What?
sister. Yeah.
What is that?
You know viscose number 6? It's one
No.
of those touring engines, like a Grambling engine.
Oh.
It was for a viscose plant, American Viscose.
Dude,
Marcus
What is that?
Pennsylvania.
Bus.
Later sold to West Penn Power and numbered 2. It was on the Buckeye Central Railroad in Ohio, and that's when it turned from an 040 to a 240 with tender.
What?
yeah.
That's bizarre.
Yeah,
Why would they
it's-
need to do that?
In 1992, he added a pony truck and pilot to make it more nearly resemble a passenger road locomotive. At some point, it acquired a tender, and the number was changed to 7. So, like, I don't know. It just entered Ohio as an 040T and came out as a 240 with tender.
Of course. Thanks, Ohio.
Right.
Of course it was Ohio. Who
Yeah.
else would do that?
Laura, blah, blah, and then the Georgia County wanted a locomotive to represent a tragic June 23rd, 1900 train wreck on the Southern Railway where a Macon, Georgia to Atlanta train crashed through a washed-out trestle. Yeah.
Sorry, one of the comments just made me chuckle.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Well,
laughing about that. I was like, damn.
No, depth is terrible. I
When
don't
you
have a
see
depth.
A non-foamer spell Amtrak, AMTRACK, makes
Yeah.
me cringe.
Honestly, I feel like I've done that often, just by accident, not paying attention.
Right, I have too, but I also feel like maybe I haven't just because it's like I know how to spell Amtrak.
Apparently, the fact that the Porter's engine number was 7 figured into the county's decision to acquire it because
Yeah.
Oh,
interpretive
there goes CT
signboard
dot.
claims, quote, the locomotive number is the same as the Camp Creek engine, the old number 7. However, there is some confusion on this point because the Southern operated a regularly scheduled passenger train number 7 between those points, and the wreck train was identified as such. So basically, it was not the number of the engine, it was the number of the train. And yeah, so they just have
Yeah.
this engine in McDonough, Georgia, and they're just gonna sell it for scrap because they don't want it anymore. So, anyone want to buy a Porter?
I do.
If I didn't have 8 other steam engines for sale in my state,
Yeah,
yeah,
Are those cat cars on the end of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it is because it pulled in from that. Nice.
I just
But no, the comment that kind of laughed at was, "Oh, maybe the Orca Scenic would be interested." No.
No.
They got enough engines now. I think they're good.
yeah. I think they're all set.
With the four that they acquired from the Kepner estate and the R1s that they own now, yeah. No, I think they're good for the rest of their system.
They have more engines than they know what to do with.
They probably do. They probably do at this point.
So does Metro.
Metro just needs more F40s. That's all.
Kivon and I were riding by, and we saw their yard that's down off of Western, right? It's kind of their
Yeah.
Dude, they just have a line of F40s that are just sitting there, and I'm like, bruh.
It's like the line of AEM 7s over in South County.
Probably. I mean, probably.
I mean that F7's still there,
There were like 30 F40s.
or that F unit, whatever it is. I don't know
the
if it's actually an
FL9?
F7. Yeah, the FL9. It's still there.
Is it?
Yeah, there's one still there, right outside of Worcester.
Oh God, is
I went. It's a New Haven one.
that the one that what's his face bought for?
It has to
for
be.
the Boston Surface Railroad. I'm afraid of what's going to happen to that one. Something bad's going to
I
happen.
know
to
it's
that
just, it does not look good.
engine. Man.
Literally, I went by it a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I was going to the Target right off of 146 there, and yeah, it's just chilling next to the main line. And I'm like, what do you do?
I wish we
Like,
had.
what do you?
I wish we
I
had
wish-
like a contact at PNW that we could talk to. I wish
I
we
wish
knew
we
someone
had-
that worked for them.
So what? I just what happened to the Boston Surface? Is it just
Bankrupt.
it went bankrupt?
Yeah,
Really?
they just ran out of money and the guy moved on to other ventures.
Typical capitalist.
Right.
And his ambitions were wide, but his pocketbook was not as wide.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Bro, come on.
But
Okay,
I
Iowa
think in
Pacific.
part he was sort of done in by the G&W takeover and a bunch of other
Yeah,
things.
that was really bad timing.
Yeah.
Because right when he really started to get momentum, they were like, "Oh, we bought the P&W now, so we're not a short line anymore."
Nope. Can't do that.
We can't have nice things.
Because I feel like if it was just P&W still, maybe he would have had a shot.
Yeah,
They
they
were
would
very
probably
good,
have been a
though.
little more
Probably.
receptive.
Although you never know. Maybe it'd be awesome if the G&W was like, "Oh, we want to try passenger rail."
I feel like
Yeah.
that's what happened to Iowa Pacific, and we know how that went.
That's true.
That's Iowa Pacific was just like, we're gonna do some fun stuff now, and then suddenly half of the short lines in the nation are bankrupt.
And then they bought all the surviving Pullmans, and now they're in various states of disrepair.
Oh my god, and they had so many dome cars too. Which is another thing that upsets me about the WMSR buying the Ocean View, because they couldn't have got one of the zillion other dome cars. that
Yeah.
I just feel like the Providence to Worcester corridor would be such a good one.
It would be.
That would be because that's the only train service I would want right now
Well,
because I work in Worcester.
yeah. There's. You found out what episode of that 70s show Betty White was on?
Season 5, episode 14.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, so nowhere close to the season 1 DVD box set.
She played as Jackie's grandma, I think.
Oh,
A
really?
Japanese grandma.
No, Jackie's.
Jackie's
Oh,
grandma.
oh.
And
Okay, good.
Japanese.
I was like, no, she did not.
Oh yes, the infamous Betty White is a Japanese grandma.
Asian Betty White. I just wanted to say, I brought up the AM7s very briefly because we have these two, not unlike the AM7s in Davisville, we have these 2 articles in storage about AEM7s coming back for various things, including SEPTA bringing in a bunch of AEM7s for track cleaning trains, for leaf removal trains and stuff. Because apparently they just have a ton of them on just hanging out, not doing anything. Although, I just want to, as an aside, the track cleaning train for SEPTA looks suspiciously like a track cleaning train on a model railroad. It's like a tank car that sprays things. Which contrasts this to the Long Island Railroad's track cleaning train, which literally shoots lasers.
That's sick.
It melts the leaves away with lasers. Also,
New York.
Caltrain is getting a couple AEM7s for testing of their electrical stuff.
Good. We need more electric railroads in this country.
Yes, we do.
This actually, that's a really neat tie-in to the beginning of the podcast when we were talking about the Caltrain episode of Well, There's Your Problem.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's a good time to end.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Let's pack it in. Okay, maintenance away stuff. Does anybody have anything to advertise? Anything they need to share, etc.?
Done taking college classes? Yay!
Yay!
That's a good termination. I was going to say, you could advertise, the show you're editing.
No, I can't do that.
You can't do that? You're not allowed to do that? Okay.
No, I'm not editing anything, actually.
Oh, okay. Never mind, then. TJ
it's fine.
TJ goes into an office and sits there and stares at a blank screen for 8 hours, and then goes home.
Yeah, I get paid for it.
Yeah. That's what interning is.
Yeah.
And you give coffee or other services if required.
Oh, I do all the services.
All the above. Yeah.
Aren't you upset you missed that part of college, Milky?
No.
No.
Although I do have it in the corporate outer.
Go ahead.
Something getting down on these.
What were you saying?
When we went to the IRM and we were climbing on all the locomotives.
We didn't do that.
Yeah.
Go on.
I was the first one to get into a cab or get a door open.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yep.
Which also didn't happen. We didn't go inside anything. We didn't climb in anything.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah.
It was all drones.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was a good moment. That was a good circle back. I wanted to say that last episode of Under Construction featured a lot of spoiler cast stuff for the Iron Horseman Chronicles. If you're curious to how what happens to certain characters or whatever, I go over a lot of that then. So anyone that's interested in some more extended lore that they might never get to see play out in video form, that's the way to get it. And I'll probably be answering those kind of questions on Under Constructions going forward, because I should be. I can't keep all that in my pocket forever. Otherwise, we're going to be doing Wednesday specials, which are going to be Locomotion coming up, Community Playdate on Friday, Railroads Online, following on the Community Playdate we did last Tuesday. Tuesday.
I really want you to play The Sims as a Wednesday special.
Okay. Well, see if you get people to vote for it. I'd be down for it. I haven't played The Sims, really ever. I would be interested. But anyway, yeah, that's all I've got to see. I hope to see people on the what did I call the damn thing? Mountain Desert Island Valley Railroad on Friday. And alright, it's time to look at this thing. Don't look at this. Actually, you won't even know. You don't know what the names of the different trains are. So,
yeah.
Last train on Amtrak. Latest train on Amtrak. What could it be? Because you're supposed to just guess what it could be. Milky, TJ? TBA.
Westbound Chief.
Westbound Chief. Okay.
Eastbound Sunset.
Eastbound. Okay, Eastbound Sunset. TBA.
Nothing.
TBA's dead. Is TBA muted? TBA is muted.
Fun stuff.
Alright, well. What the heck is this? Oh, it's an Acela. Whenever I see a 4-digit number, I'm like, what is this train? Well, I guess we'll roll with those two because, Gloria, do you have a guess?
No.
No? Let's see. So, the westbound Southwest Chief is 3 hours and 29 minutes late.
That's a good one.
I mean, it's not good for the people on it, but yeah. The eastbound Sunset Limited is 1 hour 44 minutes late. Neither of those are the latest train on Amtrak, obviously. There are 2 California Zephyrs. One is 3.5 hours late. Or they're both actually 3.5 hours late. And the latest train on Amtrak is currently experiencing a service disruption outside of Albuquerque. That would be the eastbound Southwest Chief, currently 7 hours and 7 minutes late.
Oh man.
That's a lot of damage. There's a 2.5 hour late regional. I don't know how that happened.
Newport News.
It's a southbound. It left New York Penn 2 hours and 22 minutes late.
Huh.
I came back.
Oh, okay. Do you have a guess? Did you hear the rest of it? Did you hear?
I want to guess the Chief.
Okay. Well, you'd be half right. It was one of the Chiefs.
Also, I already guessed the Chief.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's no
I
reason.
guess the Chief too.
You can double up. There's a Silver Meteor that's 3 hours late. There's another regional that's 2 hours and 17 minutes late. These are both southbound. Something must have happened in New York. Probably a bridge. Probably they got a bridge stuck open or something.
I checked earlier.
Yeah.
I admit. And I saw there was an Acela that was late, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, I mean, there's an Acela that's a little bit late.
That's the only trains that I saw too, because I was looking in Massachusetts, and I'm like, an Acela that's late. That sucks.
That Acela just pulled into Boston. It is all of 12 minutes late. And it's yellow.
Black. Oh. No, there was one earlier that was black.
Oh, really?
It was an hour late when I checked Springfield.
Oh, there must have been something. There must have been something that happened in New York, because that would have screwed this all up. Okay, let's see. I need to grab a termination. Oh, you know what? I'll do this. Finally, Steve Laro can move on from working on 425, because he finally finished the 425 Mega Pack. It is gargantuan. Does anybody know how expensive it is?
Let's go find out.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it's not $400 or $4.25.
It might be $40 or $42.05.
I don't think you're keeping that. $15.
15 bucks. $15 for all that. That's insane.
That's like all the mega packs basically.
I know, but he did so much.
For 5 variations of the thing, and then all the coaches to go with them.
Yeah.
God.
That's a lot for $15.
That might be the most bang for your buck on that website.
On K&L. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And if you go on, you go on JR and you go on Jointed Rail and spend $15, you might get an engine.
You get one engine.
Yeah.
That you can't really even reskin.
Not with that attitude, you can't. Anyway, TJ. Or, sorry, Milky.
Okay, my termination was a postcard that I found, the Sacramento Daylight.
Nice.
Because I want a reference photo of the Daylight or Attic with the train.
This is so
I finally found one.
This is so bad.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's like SP Daylight at home, basically.
Yeah, we have... Are these still the articulated cars?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
There are two sets of them in that conscious.
Why? Why would you do this?
And the baggage car is a heavyweight Harriman too.
Did SP just realize they ordered too much paint and they had to do something with it so they could like write it off on their taxes or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Why did they do this?
because Sacramento needed a train too.
I guess. Okay, TJ?
My termination is Happy New Year.
Yeah, that's
Bye
a good
bye.
one.
Happy New Year.
That's
Happy
a
New
good
Year
one.
to you. TBA?
I was talking to the audience, not you.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Oof.
My bad.
I hope I can find my baby tarantula.
You know what, TJ? I hope your New Year sucks. And Gloria for the last words of the show.
I have a quote from Betty White.
Okay.
Mind your own business, take care of your affairs, and don't worry about other people so much.
Good advice. Good advice.
I'm typing that out. Alright, there we go. Alright, if you want to join our Discord, that's down in the Cargos as well. What are we going to call this episode, guys?
Who the fuck
Please.
Goya's first podcast. Yeah, this is good practice. This is good practice. Actually, that's the other advertisement I need to throw out there, which is that Gloria and I may be starting a movie review podcast the next couple of weeks. So,
Gang, we're starting another podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More
Start-
video.
starting a new podcast is the 21st century version of starting a band. So,
I know.
Yeah.
I have a few scripts written out for a few that I might do. But,
ooh. All right, cool.
so,
Anyway,
we'll see what
be
that
on the
does.
lookout for those. Milky's Triple Decker podcast.
Yeah.
And we'll see you all in a couple of weeks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.